Good evening, YouTube. This is Kaylin Strand coming at you with my regular Sunday night dinner. And I have set this up for my little bit of a change-up that I will be doing with the remaining items in this 2020 Australian CR1M Menu G. And I will also show you that I have switched to my Tupperware tray. I will show you everything that I will be using. Everything else that I'm not using has already been put aside. So I have the protein drink, which I'm going to make hot. The creamy mushroom soup is actually going to be combined with the instant mashed potatoes. Then I have the green seas tuna. And I'm going to do a little something with that. These are the M&Ms that were originally in the ration. I still have some of the Vegemite, so might do something with it. The multi-grain cereal bar with seeds, including chia. And then this is Jack Link's Teriyaki Steak Bar that was original to the ration. So the additions will be a tropical punch drink that will go into my drinking jar. So I am going to go ahead and mix that up right now. I got my kettle on the stove coming up to a boil. That will be the only pot that is going to get hot tonight because I do not have any retorts to go into another pot that I normally put those in. I will give that a stir later. I'll go ahead and put the protein drink powder into my 4NMRE mug. Let's see, M-Pulse is in the house. There's DeCarlos Perry here. Got to get used to these tear notches in the Australian things. They go across this way when you'd rather have it go across this way. So There's a lot of powder in here, just like there would be for any other hot cocoa mix. It definitely smells like a protein drink. Although I have smelled worse ones. Not that I've had a whole lot of them, but this one actually, it almost has no smell at all. And while I wait for my water to come up to a boil, because of the way that I want to do this, there would not be enough room in the bag for the water, because even though this is a gusseted bag, the instant potato goes up to about here if it was all the way across. And then the mushroom soup, well, I probably could do it. On their own, they would each call for 250 mils of water, or basically 1 cup. Now this pouch has a tear notch in a sensible spot going across this way. Unfortunately, the Ziploc on this one was not sealed, so all of the potato flakes would get in there. But I have this bowl, so I'm going to mix this up in a bowl. So you can see all the extra stuff. There's chives in here. There's seasonings in these potatoes. This mushroom soup mix has seasonings in it as well. It actually smells very earthy, and it has little croutons in it. I'm just getting some of the powder back in there that fell off. I'm actually mixing the soup mix into the potatoes, so it should be easier to mix up when I do this, when I pour the hot water in. There is Sunshine Side of Life 77 in the house. Thanks for dropping in. There is Yossi all the way from Israel. Good to see you in here. There's Gardener Josh. There's James Ortiz here. I'm scrolling back through the chat, and it looks like I'm all caught up on who is in here. So before I do the final surprise, so to speak, I'm going to go ahead and get the water that I got on the stove to, it's at a boil right now, so I'm going to go ahead and bring that in. I will mix the protein drink. Again, I'm doing it with hot water. I've seen others do it. They also mix coffee in with the protein drink to give it a little extra kick. But I'm not going to do that because I have never tasted this particular one by itself. So I don't know how it'll be compared to the nutritional drink that used to be, that is more like a medical grade nutritional drink that used to be in these rations. But anyway, I will be right back. The Sessogen never did mix up well. I don't know of anyone who got it to mix up the way you would expect any of these protein shakes to mix up. I think even Pete, who lives down in Australia, who is very familiar with all this stuff, he can't stand it. But from those that have mixed these protein drinks hot, it mixes a whole lot better. And it's not just coating my spork. I'm not picking up all kinds of clumps. They're the size of a cat's eyeball, There's a little bit there, but I can knock that off. I will give that another mix later. But now I will bring back in the potatoes. And see how fast it's absorbing all the water that I put in here. So I'm basically making mushroom mashed potatoes. It's actually smelling pretty good. As this sets, it will tighten up. I'm curious if the Aussie soldier in the field would have done this with their, if they got this same ration when it was first handed out in 2020. Now, there's a surprise. I'm going to put that back there. See this pita? There's my crusher in the house. I'm having a little fun. I believe this same tuna was in the other CR1M that I had several years ago that I bought from for an MRE. It was left by customs. Ooh, there's a hiss in there. I don't know if you heard that. But it was not this this tomato tuna. I'll have to use this to get the rest of this out of there. I think it was like a lemon pepper tuna. That was the only meat product that customs left alone. Because unless otherwise directed, I don't think they touch anything that has fish in it. Unless they're that desperate for lunch that they would take fish out of a ration. Of course, they take other stuff. One reviewer got a ration that had one of the jelly bars like you would get in French rations. It was in a UN ration that was made by Vesti Foods, and the jelly bar was taken out of that ration. So in this measuring cup, I got some Miracle Whip. I did not aim to measure out a quarter cup. I just grabbed this. I'm mixing it up in this bowl, then I'm going to put it in that pita. It is a pocket pita. And I went ahead and cut it beforehand. just as a time saver. Actually, I don't want to use that half because that's kind of holy. I'll try this half, see if it's... Oh yeah, this half is... Well, it's got a split, but I'll just put a little in each. I'll put half of it in each, half of this. I probably should have checked this pita out a little bit more after I cut it in half, but oh well. I don't care. I probably could have tasted this tuna by itself before I did this, but I'll taste it right now. Even through the Miracle Whip, I can taste the tomato. Of course, this also gives me a chance to let the potatoes sit. And tighten up a little bit more. I'll put these here. And then I will just leave the potatoes in the bowl. I'll go through the chat. There is Curious Pete in the house. And a name I hadn't seen before. Doreen's Food Prep. Thanks for dropping in. Booger Butt and Booger Butt. Flat Top Dave. And LJ is probably just dealing with school stuff since school has started. I'm going to move the Vegemite over there. So LJ is playing football again, so hopefully he will have a successful season. I'm opening up the cereal bar, and it appears like it did take a bit of a hit. Nope, not as bad as I thought. It actually came out of the wrapper pretty clean. It's very sticky. There are the M&Ms. So I'm going to adjust this just a little bit so you can see more of my tray. Jack Link's Steak Bar Teriyaki. These are actually made in New Zealand. That's what that looks like. I'll just put that there. Let's get this to focus. So again, here, for those that came in, this is the last part of the Australian CR1M, plus a couple of additions from my kitchen and my stash, because I brought in a U.S. tropical punch. But I mixed the mushroom soup mix with the instant mashed potatoes. See, this is already tightened up pretty good. And then the tuna, I mixed with a little bit of Miracle Whip and put it inside of this pita. I'm going to go ahead and take a taste of this. I like that. I like the mix of seasonings that come from the mushroom soup mix and the instant potatoes. And with the extra bits in there, gives it a little texture. Yeah, I really like this. Actually, I'm going to take a drink of my tropical punch first. Now, I'm going to take a taste of this protein drink that I mixed hot, because the packet said you can do that. The chocolate flavor is not as pronounced as you might think, but the taste is so much better than the sustagen. And it's still quite thick. I could probably add a little bit more water. In fact, my kettle is still here. Let me just go ahead and do that. Just a tad bit more. I'm just doing it off screen because I don't want to move my pitas. I could have slid my tray, but it's all the consistency of a chocolate milk, but it still has that thickening agent that you can pick up as you taste it, but it's so much better than the sustagen. Mad Dog in the house. Thanks for dropping in. Enjoyed your video earlier. So if you haven't, if you're not subscribed to Mad Dog, go check his channel out. Yeah, this one is gonna break, but you know, I don't care. Yeah, this tuna is really good. We have something like that here as far as this, and there are some yet some of them, but the tomato dressing in here is actually not too bad. This is the Teriyaki Steak Bar, and it actually tastes like a teriyaki jerky. Oh, Jack Lynch, you can't go wrong with that. This would be an awesome and it's a whole lot easier to eat than the Canadian beef jerky, which is very, very tough. Although I think that if you get the newer beef jerky, I think the fresher it is, the easier to. Mushroom, mashed potatoes. Because I chose to use the soup mix as a seasoning, the croutons will still have their crunch. So I bite. Everyone. And it doesn't taste like it's overly salty. You know, I'm pretty sure it is. It's still put a little bit of that Vegemite on there. As little of the soup mix, and it does have yeast extract in it. Or as I put some of that on there, and I could definitely taste the yeasty flavor of it. Again, you can use this Vegemite in recipe on something in place of salt. When you're cooking something, thanks for dropping in, Dave, and give LJ a yell for see him on camera pretty soon when he gets a break. Bar is very, very easy to tear apart. It's almost crumbly. In fact, it's breaking apart, so I'll just go ahead and finish that break. But this is what it looks like on the inside. Raisins in here. Well, that looks like raisins. So it can't just be nuts and seeds. There's just a tiny bit of sweetness from the fruit and the honey. But you can see the different types of seeds. There's sesame, I think sunflower, there's flax, and there may be some others in there. The fruit bits are the sweetness throughout it. But it's still not too bad. It just falls apart really easily. I'm going to have another bite of this. As long as your pita pocket doesn't fall apart, this is actually a good way to have a tuna salad sandwich. And the M&Ms look like they handled the miles pretty well. Someone just ran down to a nearby store and picked up a pack. But I think right here. Now, if you don't have time to mix up potatoes and then mix up a soup, or you don't want to have something that might be too messy, or you have to conserve your water, this will be the way to put these two together. You just oh, that sounds delicious. Munch was egg rolls and lo mein that my mom had ordered a fundraiser that Adventures did. Egg rolls by the dozen. They sold individual portions of lo mein that they made with the help of some relatives or friends, and all the money goes to a cancer charity they supported. They're doing it. Hundreds of egg rolls, 8 pounds of doing it by hand, except for making the noodles by hand. You know, they don't do that. But it just got to be too hard on everybody's hands. You know, rolling the egg rolls and then having to fry them all. But they have done this for several years, and this is the first time that I had in on it. Give to my mother. It's us to. 'Cause, you know, she doesn't eat egg rolls. She eats, you know, the regular egg rolls. But, you know, she likes them. So, you know, I give them to my mother. It's us to. Because, you know, she doesn't eat egg rolls. She eats, you know, the regular egg rolls. But, you know, So my mom and Tack are now Facebook friends, so they communicate. So when we went out there, Tack said, next time I get a deer, you're going to get some. You know, Tack will butcher the deer herself and cut some into steak or just grind it up. So that helps my mom out, supplement her meat. There is Sean in the house. Thanks for dropping in. This is a meal 3 of menu G, CR1M. Yeah, DeCarlos, Mad Dog put up a video today. And that looked like one that I would enjoy. Yep. What I did was I took the instant mashed potatoes, to it, instead of making them separate, the tuna, and I put it in my own pita pocket to make a tuna salad sandwich. And then this is a chocolate, and it mixed up very well. You can definitely taste the protein supplement that's in there, but it's so much better than the sustagen that has been in these rations before. I guess. And this is a Teriyaki Steak Bar. There is Gil from Camp Patton Family Compound. Thanks for dropping in. So it's Jack Links. And this is a good teriyaki. Just tastes like any other teriyaki jerky. It's just thicker. Now I'm going out on a limb. The flavor overpowers the teriyaki for a bit, and on potatoes. These together, that's a hit. and you get the crunch from the croutons that are in the soup mix. This bar, it's loaded with different kinds of edible seeds, like flax seed. Or there's probably some but there's raisins in there. There's not a heavy sweetness throughout the whole bar, just where the fruit is. But mostly you taste the flavor of the seeds. It falls apart pretty easily. But that's okay. There's only the one cold drink in out of my before I went live, my weather radio went off with a tornado watch, but I haven't heard it come on since. See if I missed anything. Sometimes life gets in the way. You just have to roll with it. Yeah, I know. I got scissors. I just didn't. This tuna. This green tuna is really good. I wish we could get it up here. See tuna that pepper any good. Sometimes you get one that just you really don't taste the extra ingredients, but this one, the green seas nailed it on this one. Now, Starkist does do a quality tuna, and you can taste the lemon pepper in that one. foreign ration that the Orifol that you get in European rations. I mean, you might as well just have tuna in there and not anything else, because that's pretty much what it tastes like. And I'll do this again for those that missed it earlier when I did it. Yeah, that one, some of those can be a bit spicy. At least you tried it, and you know what else is out there. For Miami. Dropping in. Hot. But I like that one. There are some others that have a little pepper in it, but they're not flavor profile. Starkist and Bumblebee has a number of flavored tunas. And there's also Chicken of the Sea, although I have not seen pouches. But I'm in that brand, different flavors. Oh, yeah. You could put it in a wrap, you could put it in, or just put it in between a couple of pieces of your favorite bread and call it good. This pita bread came from Hillel Groceries. And it's closer to a handmade. It's a small company that does this particular brand of pita, whereas the commercially produced ones, from larger companies, this is a whole wheat pita, which I happen to like. My God. And I have done that. But when you get a bread that's made by a small company, maybe just a family business, you can taste the difference. Now, this stuff, I don't mind drinking. The texture or the feel of it is not changing as it cools. It's not getting all weird. Yeah, but it doesn't taste bad. Now, if this were I hope I would get this in a CR1M instead of that, because that stuff is just plain nasty. And you'll know it's pretty bad when an Aussie complains about it. Pete review. You look at or PR1M mixes up the sustagen. Yep, see, there you go, Yossi. If you somehow manage to get across the ocean, you can get some fresh pita from him. Every once in a while, I'm kind of cocking an ear towards any to rain during this time period, but if it is, it's very, very light. I haven't even checked my weather yet since I got on here. But since my weather radio hasn't come back on with another, I'm just not going to be worried. And if I do lose power, I can always go with a backup plan. Ooh, wow. Savory cookies could be like a trail snack. Say if you take them hiking or you put them in your get home bag or a bug out bag, like a meal. or survival cookie or something like that. I bet those would taste pretty darn good. Oh. My mini power stations, I can plug into one of those. I can use one of my 2 USB powered fans. And of course, I have lights all over the place. Those do sound good. I bet there would be ingredients like flax or sesame or any of those. Got my other pita half here. Wouldn't go, but it would. Eating this seasonings that might angry blacksmith in the house. Thanks for dropping in. You're looking at part of a slightly 1M. I took the mushroom soup mix that had croutons in it, and just mix that up so I have potatoes. Not much left. The tuna with the tomato dressing, I mixed it with some Miracle Whip and put it inside of a pita. And a teriyaki steak bar, what's left of it. Cereal bar with chia, sesame, sunflower. Ooh, I think that might be a pumpkin seed in there. I see a green one because when you get to the inside of a pumpkin seed, you pop off that outer shell, you get a green kernel inside. So I think that's pumpkin seed. You get sweetness from the raisins that are in there and a little bit of honey that's in there, but mostly you taste the seeds. And the chocolate mixed up so much better hot. But the flavor, although it tastes like your typical protein shake, it tastes so much better than that sustagen. I don't mind drinking this at all. Of course, got M&M's, and I brought out. Put a couple of dabs on the as is with the mushroom soup mixed in. And of course I got the tuna and the pita. When I saw what was in this ration, I knew I had to get that. And that's why I bought the pitas, that I could get and putting the tuna in there. And this worked out, even though the pita is a bit, it'll break, but I don't care. This is a USM drink powder instead of having 3 or 4 that a lot of other 24-hour rations would give you. Of course, the French 24-hour ration is the same way. You only get 1 cold drink powder. But most other European 24-hour rations, you get links. Just as good as any other Jack Link's teriyaki beef jerky, is just thicker. And Angry Blacksmith, if you check out Mad Dog's channel, he put up a video today of a Singapore ration. Now, one dessert, I never got the accessory bag that is handed out separately. So I would love to get the complete Singapore ration like Mad Dog has. So I would be very interested in trying that. You know, having I won't say much more about it for those that haven't watched it yet, but it was a good review. Yeah, the ketchup and the ration are, I keep those packets because, for one thing, if I go camping and I am supplying my own food, as sometimes even if, we may not all eat in common, so to speak, where everybody's eating, they're sharing everything. We may have one or we're all eating. But I have taken some Minotaur freeze-dried entrees, or I have taken when I've had the mains from that, and throw it in there. But one of the Minotaur mains, one of the rice mains, I took a pouch of the chunk chicken and I threw in, I think I threw in some seasoning, but those little packets would be great for that. Plus, it's just plain cool to have the world. Yeah, do go check out Mad Dog's channel and subscribe if you're not subscribed to him already. Night because something came up that he had to deal with, and plus he wants to get stuff together to do the benefit auction for Renee because he wants to help her out some more. She's facing some looking at helping her out. So he will probably toss up a post on his community tab when he's ready to go live again or shoot a video or whatever he does. But the auction will be live. So even if you can't contribute to it, it'll still be enjoyable to watch. Nathan 4071 in the house. Thanks for dropping in. To go rod, or if you want any of the ferro rod and striker handles that he crafts on his lathe. Pause on that he does the handles from. And he sells some ferro rods on eBay. I'm finishing off an Australian CR1M, which is combat ration one man. The last meal, and I had a little fun with it. The tuna, I made a tuna salad sandwich. I took to make mushroom mashed potatoes. And the chocolate protein drink I made hot because the packet says you can do that, so I did. And although it tastes like your typical protein drink, it's not nasty. Yeah, that would be nice if I could share them, but I don't think I can upload anything physical. I do not have access to a transporter where I could just beam it over. To wait till his create a redundancy from north of the border in Canada. Thanks for dropping in. And by the way, I like Vegemite. I like and you get the actual branded, the brown nondescript tubes, like the sweetened condensed milk and plum jam were in. Those tubes would just say yeast extract, but it's Vegemite. Vegemite in the yellow and red. This is the USMRE Tropical Punch. Now, these rations only come with one isotonic or cold drink powder, and I mix that up the first meal. Yeah, I would not mix these two. No, I'm not going there. Vegemite is yeast extract. If you look at ingredients in processed foods, you might see some, but you, because on the list of ingredients of those foods, it's far down on the list. But it's very, very salty. And it only takes a small amount to get that flavor. But it's very versatile. You put whatever you're cooking, and it dissolves, and you don't taste that fish at all. It's just the salt flavor that you get. When you do that with the Vegemite or yeast extract, you put just a very tiny amount in. You don't even taste the yeast flavor. Just getting the... Of course, they add salt, but if they want more salty flavor but less salt, then they'll use the yeast extract. So Vegemite, there's a slight... It has a slightly different recipe from the Vegemite. You can get both on Amazon. In fact, I got 2 jars. One Vegemite, one the Marmite, and I did a comparison video comparing the two, and I really like both. One is slightly different, but you can do the same. You can do you want with for some it may be an acquired taste, but the first time I sampled it from that first CR1M that I got, I think I got it like 2017. I took that first taste of it. I thought, oh yeah, this is good stuff. You know, I had never had it before, but I didn't care. I tasted it and I liked it. Of course, I don't know if Sean of the Ration Museum will go live tomorrow. He did not go live last Sunday because he was away. But you could always check out the Ration Museum channel for I do. He's an image. That process that he uses is way above my pay grade, but I still enjoy watching that. Oh, cool. Yossi checked that, so he is going live tomorrow. I just heard a little bit of a rattle in my slider, my sliding door, so I think the wind is getting a bit frisky. Well, the thunderstorm has not started yet. The forecast changed when it might show up. And since my weather radio has not made any noise since it seven central, it's getting cooler here. There is Bob in the house. First time seeing you in here. I don't have much left of this ration. So the Australian rations, instead of having a menu number, it's a menu each, which is, but this is my final meal from this ration, which was produced in 2020. And I took the instant mash soup mix. Instead of making the soup, I wanted to experiment with adding the two together to see if it would work flavor-wise, and it did. And then the tuna was a tuna in a roasted tomato to it to make a tuna salad sandwich. And this is chocolate protein drink, which I mixed hot. The packet said you could do that, so I did. And although it tastes like your typical protein shake, it's not nasty. And this ration only came with one cold drink powder, so I pulled out one of my tropical punch drink mixes. Teriyaki Steak Bar, Jack Links, and then this is pumpkin seed right there. And there's raisins in there. And of course, M&Ms. Here you go, Bob. Vegemite. I don't know if you fight for, but I liked it then. And my viewers are thinking I was crazy for putting all that on the bread or cracker, whatever I put it on. But hey, I liked it, so. I was happy to get some more instead of the brown. Got the M&Ms, the original chocolate ones. Steak Bar. From just the original flavor, but even that is pretty good because Jack Link's, I enjoy their meat snacks. I'm weird, but I'm not that weird. I'm not going to put Vegemite on M&Ms. That would totally ruin the M&Ms. And it would ruin the Vegemite, so I'm not going there. In something I'm cooking. Yeah, I still have one serving of tack and bread. I might put a little dab of this in. Oh, a hot pot sounds. Is it the Justin's hot pot or something completely different? I've had the Minotaur Justin's hot pot. I did like that. Pot. Okay, Gil's got to get up really early tomorrow morning because he's got a big old concrete pour at his place. You know, he's had half of it done. Now he's oversee that. And yes, he will be streaming that entire thing. So the first one, he's got the whole stream of it on his channel. A small piece to separate videos. So if you don't want to watch a whole 5-hour concrete pour live as it happens and not sped up, now you can do that tomorrow if you have nothing better to do on a Monday. But the first part of it that was done, it looks very nice. True pros. Not cutting any corners. They're doing every step the way it should be. On the first half. So that is just going to make it so much easier, especially in winter. He'll be able to clear the snow off a whole lot easier. He can run a snowblower. Not have to run over and yeah, it's a definite improvement at his place. A nap before he does his fireside chat stream tomorrow evening. I'm gonna finish off the M&Ms. I'm going to pull up the they changed They dropped the forecast high for Tuesday down a couple of degrees. Supposed to be 9, but after that it gets colder or cooler. Highs in the 60s and 70s. And that's as far as this goes. But the storms that were supposed to happen during my stream have not started yet, so that got shifted till later in the evening. Weather radio. Who knows, maybe nothing will come of it. Another person in a Facebook chat said that one rumble of thunder, maybe a little rain, to get. And who knows, maybe it might be all blow and no show. So I haven't watered my plants yet today. The day from the rain. I'll probably start pulling more from my plants, harvesting wait on my second. I pulled 2 of my onions because they actually doubled in size from when I first stuck them in that pot, and the other 2 sent up green tops, as you know, my video that I put up yesterday. Yep. So I can keep things going a little bit longer. Some of my plants that, you know, they did pretty well last year, but this year, not so much. I don't know if it's because just seeds in the some others that I had not done last year, I planted this year. Some twice, nothing. My hot pepper seeds didn't sprout. My tomato seeds didn't sprout. My marigold seeds didn't sprout. Mystery seed didn't. A couple of them didn't sprout. I had a couple of pieces of ginger. I thought, well, I'll try to root those. That didn't do squat. But my good. But at least yours grew. I think next year, instead of planting the seeds, I think I just made golds. but my cilantro plant went to seed. It flowered and it went to seed. So I'm leaving those seeds on there. I don't know how long I'm supposed to leave them on there. Off. But the seed of the cilantro is called coriander. So some people may not know that coriander is the seed of the cilantro. But this will be my first attempt at saving seed from something that I grew from seed. Well, thanks for dropping in, Mike. I think I'm going to hang it up myself since and just use it wherever I want. But again, thanks to Mike for I really enjoyed digging into it. Actually getting to sample some Australian mains that were not stolen by customs. So this is a real treat getting this CR1M. Which is patrol ration 1 man, and the mains are free. I got interrupted. I said mains are freeze dried in a pure 1M instead of wet pack. So I hope to get my paws on one of those one of these years. But they are very, very. G. Was very well worth him getting it and paying the postage to send it to me, along with a couple of halal emeries that I've had before and an Emery Nation emery, which I have not had. So I'm looking forward to that. Now that I got my prize from John's Emery up in Canada, I will throw that into the mix. And I do this every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern. That'd be 6 Mountain Time, 5 Pacific, 4 Alaska. I don't know what it is in Hawaii because I haven't really followed anyone from Hawaii for quite some time because I haven't seen any of the Hawaiian channels that I subscribe to say what time they are, or I haven't looked myself. Anyway, the next week, one of their earlier ones. Oh yeah, and Yossi's ahead because he is far east of here, so he pulled an all-nighter to hang out with us. But come back next week and see what I pull out of the Ration emery bag. And thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.